Hello, Twitch, TikTok, those of you who are left, and the sheep. Alright. So I want to say where I was last time I played. I have moved on to my next project, which is game plan. Possibly this whole area here is going to be a station, town. Not a whole lot of industry here, maybe like a coaling plant or something, but that's going to be an interesting one. I don't know how well that will work. I do know if I'm going to do that, I will want to do a giant tree farm, which in and of itself would probably go underground just so it's not visible. Hello everybody, welcome to the chat on TikTok. You see, not everyone's gone from that. Probably grab this. Now, what all I'm going to do, I'm not sure. But I do think I'm going to lower most of this area down to this line, and then I'm not entirely sure what to do with the rest of this, but this large area, at least, well, up and around here, probably, I might just do the whole thing now that I think about it, and just make it one large, possibly a little ridiculous city. Be a lot of copy and pasting with the schematic cannon for that, but the goal for that is really just to make it seem filled out. I'm pretty far along as far as development for the world is, so I've got just about every farm I could need. The only thing I don't have is, like, I don't farm purple because that feels kind of like a waste of time. Let's just go ahead and send another one. As I start digging down, I'll actually come to contact with more coal, so that won't be as big of a problem. But right now, it's just the machine's not having a good time fueling itself. I'll admit, I think it's been over a month since I last streamed successfully, so I don't really know what I'm doing. And to be fair, what I mark as a successful stream, I don't think most people would actually consider it a success. However, don't really expect to make it big doing any of this. I'm just kind of doing it for fun, so I don't sit alone. It's an awful lot of viewers. Hopefully, you are all real people. So, how many of you are familiar with my YouTube channel? All 69 total viewers. Is nobody familiar with my channel? I'd believe that. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not cutting that one down. So I intentionally make all these mining machines. Well, I mean, I missed that one. I missed everything on that one, but the way I try to make them is so that as they're going through, got little got the saws on the top, so we can try and cut down trees that are above, so I don't have to actually go through and think about it too much. I just go down about 8 blocks at a time. My mic is on. Yep, mic is on. I have done that before. Foolishly, mute myself so I can do something else, and then I end up completely lost. That snail's going up that tree, isn't it? This will be entertaining. Is there anything else over here? Nah. I think what we'll do, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. Now we'll just get that started. Let's go this way. Hello, Ronald. I am. Yep, you can be Ronald. I think a problem I have with streaming is I could sit here quietly for 4 hours and that will be fine. Maybe something I should work on. Most people probably wouldn't find that entertaining. There is surely someone out there sit quietly and watch me play Minecraft, but it just feels like an odd sort of. Why is this not moving? It's on leaves. Yes. Can I find? Oh boy, it's gonna be full of junk. I need nothing short of many, many rails. So this is the create mod. It's a create mod pack, a Minecraft mod pack built around the create mod, originally made by mr.beardstone. He's got a playthrough on it as well. I don't think he's uploaded anything on it in a couple of weeks now, but I believe he plans on changing that shortly. I'm not too sure. This is specifically part of the create mod, but like these blocks right here, these blackstone scales, those are from the chipped mod. I have I don't know, probably about an hour-long tour of my railway, my world. Mostly just the railway. It starts over here to continue. Well, I guess I started it right here. This is my spawn area, but I expanded it a couple thousand blocks this way, a couple thousand blocks this way, and then a couple thousand blocks north here as well. Why did I do that? Couldn't tell you. Somehow I made a branch line that was bigger, or not bigger, but about as big as the main line, so that's probably not right. Probably not accurate to how a real railway would function, but it happened again. Alright. Any other questions, Ronald? Anything I can do? Anything you'd like to see, perhaps? let's see here. This world is currently on day 1502. And if we go into our back here, statistics, we should be able to find like days played. Time played 20 days, 20.1 days. So I don't know. You're probably looking at I don't know. I mean it's fairly long running compared to my last world. I think my last world first of all I was playing on a gaming laptop, so that was a bad thing, bad in and of itself. But I have a proper desktop and kind of optimize this a little bit more. I don't think I mean, I will say in the last 100 days, I expanded my, well, this area up here in particular. I still need to like finish filling this bridge. I think that's what I'm going to spend the next couple 100 days or so on. Like I'm doing just a bunch of tedious work right now, which honestly probably won't make a very interesting video if I ever try to make when I should say I try to make another YouTube video out of all this. Racetrack. I'm trying to figure out what exactly you mean. Oh, do you mean like this circuit up here? So the way I have this whole thing running is trains come in on the well, I guess like right here. It's the furthest south line, and then that second line. That's kind of, well, I mean, it's there to help organize how trains flow through. But what I'm trying to do is have it set up so that the line on the outside and line on the, well, both lines on the outside. As soon as this is done breaking up this bit of land, I'll actually just walk over to what I have right over here, because there's the coast right here, and I will explain that. Alright. So let's just take this with us. And there should be... This was all a tunnel at one point. I'm just removing, I guess, the mountains from this, so I don't have to fill in or build a tunnel. And then I can also, I guess, create a town in the space, like I think I mentioned. So, these trains, I mean, they're all run on schedules, right? That's how the create mod works. So the two tracks on the outside, those individually control, or not in control, but that's what all of the trains are supposed to run on. And then I have my own train or trains that I operate, or if I ever have to take one of the trains with schedules and use them outside of their regularly scheduled, well, regularly scheduled programming, I can take them down the center line. That'll always put me at least just one junction away from where I'm trying to go. I have it set up I think pretty well all throughout the world. And, yeah. The idea being, if I'm screwing around with trains or schedules or whatever I'm doing in the world, I'm not going to cause a collision. If I can avoid any unnecessary collision. I want this world to run nice and smooth. It's the reason, like, everything is all spread out. Like, like, this is spawn right here. This snowy area. This is where I built my my starter base. This is what it grew into, a little, strip of buildings with some tracks running through, and this is just a bunch of, uh, farms, basically, it comes down to. Here's your power plant, and then over here, you've got cobblestone, gravel, sand, and it goes all the way down. I make most of the generic blocks, like the building blocks out of it. This is a town that's houses my tree farms. These three right here, not very big, not very exciting, but basic. I've got my blaze farm over here. There is a Froglight Farm right here. That's disguised as like the main station building. Here is the station. There's a little station sign right there. Power plant or power station, steam generator, and then a bee farm right here. Now these are all building facades. I plan on kind of filling in a little bit, making it look maybe not more realistic, but at least filled out. It's not just a giant empty space. And that's probably pretty close to what I'll be doing over here. If I don't build, or if I, let me phrase this, if I do end up going for the large city, I'm probably going to have some skyscrapers, which will be mostly hollow. I mean, probably. I don't know for certain that's what I'll do. However, I don't really see the point in building out a big city for farms, as I already have an expanse of all those. As I was saying, I spent the last 100 days up here. So I have a little engine shed, and this is like where I produce not cobblestone. I produce obsidian, and there's an infinite lava pool right here. Power plant. This giant long one right here is a tree farm to constantly stock my crate factories. This is just a dye farm. That's really all it does. It produces dyes in here, and then like a train workshop area up here, and then sidings right here. So the idea being this is a big industrial area. That's kind of my style, like an industrial sort of wasteland. There goes one of my trains. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe you can see it coming through over there. Might be out of, oh, it's not out of render distance. There it goes. I I've done a lot of train tutorials within the create mod. I think the one I have, yeah, so I have one video with about 1,700 views, which I think is going, that's pretty successful by my standards. I think I have maybe 40 subscribers. It's really nothing huge, but I enjoy it, and I get to kind of, I do get to show off the things I've built, and most of the time I'm pretty proud of how they turn out. There's one thing, one train I built, which I have some plans for. It is a what was it? What is it? J14 what J15 Y14. Don't remember exactly what the classification is. That type of train holds the world record for the fastest construction of a steam train, and I feel like that would just be an exciting thing. If I could take that world record and I basically, I guess, speed run the create mod to get to it, it's probably nothing particularly exciting, because once you get right down to it, you're basically just starting a new game, which everyone's done, everyone's seen, but I'm doing it with a sort of another task in mind. Now, that being said, the task in mind is not some absurdly difficult task. I think it's actually pretty reasonable. All I'd have to do is get up to the point where I can build a train, and that really only requires obsidian and a little trip to the nether, which you could probably get done in the first hour or so. And he's gone. All right. Well, Larry, hello. Welcome to my stream. If there's anything I like to ask, anything you'd like to see, please let me know. I do also have a YouTube channel where I will upload these. I usually upload these streams afterwards, assuming it's actually fairly interesting by my standards. If I spent the stream quietly, like listening to an audiobook, which I have done before, it's really just audiobook with Minecraft sounds in the background. Most people, by the way, would not find that to be a very interesting video, so they wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't. Like, I can't just sit down and listen to an audiobook. I've got to be doing something. Unfortunately, it's February, so it's a little brisk outside. I'm not really keen on going outside and taking care of, I guess, my yard. I guess that needs to be done. I do woodworking too. I don't really. I've attempted to record that. It never really goes the way I'd like it to. It just. It's not that the projects turn out poorly. It's that I'm really bad at recording. Like this project was meant to be a. This digging project was meant to be part of a video, and I haven't even started recording it. And realistically, I should have started recording well before I destroyed this land. I don't really have any rhyme or reason. I'm kind of just running around, chopping trees. Alright. But yes, we are making pretty decent progress here. Hang on. So, Mommy Jane, how you doing? That's such a weird name to me to say. I just and that's what scared them away. All right. That's an interesting one. Okay. How about you, Larry? Anything interesting going on? Monday, it's a Monday. I mean, for me, it's 12 in the afternoon. Obviously, not doing anything exciting with my day. But I feel like I want to continue. I've uploaded 2 videos a week to my YouTube channel. So far this year, I've uploaded 2 videos a week. Now, some of them pretty good stuff. Some of them not a whole lot of views, which of course. Oh, hi, Ronaldo. Welcome back. You don't have to apologize, man. It's nice to have someone interacting in the chat. It's a nice change. If we're gonna get right down to it, I mean, I suppose I should be thanking you guys for watching. It's nice. I could, and honestly, I probably still would just be playing this quietly on my own, but it's nice having someone to interact with. The unfortunate. So, professionally, by the way, a little lore dump on me. Professionally, I'm a firefighter. That's my job. That's what I do for a living. Most of my friends, aside from the firefighters, they work reasonable schedules. They're not off at noon on a Monday morning. So, that's kind of, I guess that kind of explains why I'm sitting here just digging holes and destroying mountains. You know, basic Minecraft stuff. One problem I am going to have, and I will have to figure this one out on my own. This mountain right here, well, I guess this train track right here, it drops off after the side of the mountain over there. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get this track nice and consistent all the way across, because another thing I have is this area up here I wanted to clean up, basically. So this is all elevated up here, and then it slopes down. I think maybe the S-curve is fine, but up here, perhaps, I should start sloping it, like sending it downward. so I can have a fairly large station. I'll probably just fill in all this stuff right here. Like, this river is realistically going to get paved over. Oh, by the way, if you're finding this content entertaining, perhaps, I can't guarantee this, perhaps you'd like my YouTube videos. You like, maybe you'd like that. I don't know for certain. But the channel, my YouTube channel is the exact same as my Twitch. It should be Affected Hippo. Why Affected Hippo, by the way? I don't know. That's just one of those automatically generated Xbox usernames. One of the ones my dad came up with back in, I don't know, 2012, maybe? So, that just kind of stuck. I don't know what year it was. I know it's on the Xbox 360, but beyond that, don't remember much. So, do you can you explain to me, perhaps, because I'm not entirely sure, and you're the one offering, what is this, coins? I don't know what those are, what they do. Is there a purpose? Because if they're worth anything, I'm not going to see them. I don't really, I haven't accessed TikTok since it went down for a day. I think I deleted it that day and just called it good. I mean, not that I particularly, I'm not particularly addicted to TikTok anymore, but I suppose a nice thing about this this area, this city, or whatever I'm planning on doing here, is that once this river's filled in, I don't actually have to flatten this area over here. I can just throw some building facades up and it'll probably be good enough. Coins cost real money. Well, I really appreciate that, my guy, but you realistically should probably just save your money. I do well, I work for the government. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. Huge, you know, uh, no, it's huge. I really appreciate it. But at the same time, it's probably a better investment to buy oil. I don't know. I don't, yeah. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I don't, I, I've never been good at receiving gifts. That's always been an odd thing to me. It's like, thanks, man. Thanks for the stuff. How do you say that in a way where it doesn't feel, prickly, I guess? It feels almost kind of rude to me. Now I feel greedy because I want to ask how much the coins are worth. It feels like I'm just so I'm curious. I like numbers. I'm boring and weird like that. I just like numbers. There we go. Let's go back this way. Easier to get a nice long pass. I wonder if perhaps streaming on YouTube would be an interesting idea as well. I mean, I feel like it would be a lot. I don't think I'd remove any of my other streaming platforms. Like, I do stream on Twitch because I feel like if you're going to stream, you might as well stream on Twitch. Like, that's the place to do it. That's what it's for, as a matter of fact. But if, like, for example, I stream on YouTube, and guess what? It automatically, uploads the videos, the VODs. That is convenient. I've heard some people say, some content creators say that, no. I'm willing to bet a bunch of this is still... Yeah, okay, well, maybe that'll disappear eventually. Probably not at this rate. So, you might be wondering how I am mining that obsidian so fast. This mod pack has Create Enchantment Industry in it, which has hyper experience, hyper enchanting. So you can take the enchantments one level above what they naturally are in the game. So I have efficiency 6 on my pickaxe. And probably on my shovel too, because I was doing so well. Nope, just 5. And then I have a backpack. What is it? Sophisticated backpacks, or whatever the name of the mod is. So I run around with a backpack that holds most of my storage area all at once. Maybe a little bit overpowered, but it's... Please go away. I don't want to mine all that. Some people don't like using the mod because it's a little overpowered. Like, for example, I have netherite upgrades in here because I found an illegal building technique, as I like to say it. Definitely cheating a little bit. Don't really care. But they allow you to fit... They multiply it by 16, right? So I can hold up to 262,000 of anything in one given slot. Why would you ever do that? Couldn't tell you. Probably for moments like this, when you're removing a mountain. And then the hyper enchanting, hyper experience, that's just a nice convenience. You can instant mine most things. You can instant mine wood, actually, if you have haste, which I have considered doing, by the way. I have a beacon somewhere, but I like where it's at. I don't necessarily want to remove it from there. So I very well might... It is breaking this, right? Yes, it is. Where is it at? There it is. All gone. Except for cobblestone, I guess. And then I added another mod to this mod pack, which is a vein miner mod. I played Arcane Engineering with vein miner. I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it's a different type of vein miner, but all the same, vein miner on ores is pretty nice. I prefer the version they had in Arcane Engineering, where it was just press the hotkey for vein miner and you can vein mine anything. but that's not compatible with this mod pack. So I don't think that's compatible anyway. This is just really it's the first vein miner mod I got to work with the pack, and I called it good. It's also the reason why I haven't remade or I haven't made my own mod pack really. I've kind of a mistake I make. I settled for I'm comfortable with this. This is good enough. Now I will say once I hit 2,000 days, I'm planning on a new mod pack. I don't know what exactly is going to be in it, but I'm expecting crate all the train mods for create. Really, I like trains. I think that I like having trains. I like it really adds to the whole industrial vibe I go for, and it just makes it a lot easier to have builds that are hundreds or even thousands of blocks apart. Like the Nether's fine, that works, but this is just what I like doing. There you go. All right, we're actually making pretty good progress here. The unfortunate thing is when so I have a list. I keep saying the unfortunate thing like anything's bad. It's going pretty good. But I have a list of all the things I'd like to do before I hit 2,000 days. So let's go ahead and look right here. We've got Guardian Farm, Mineral Mill. That's what I called my starting area. Train Material Farm. That's good. The Train Depot. That's what this is going to be. It's going to be a large station and then train storage. Basically, a large indoor roundhouse. Which makes it, and it's going to be the biggest building I have in this world, more than likely. Aside from maybe the station, it'll be a multi-row, multi-platform kind of thing. The fishing village, that's kind of there. In fact, let's just start scrolling down. So the train depot, it can be, flattened below a raised rail line. That's what that area is supposed to be, is a raised rail line. Probably going to drop that whole thing down. Shunning yard, multi-row station, station pilot, one train just dedicated to this area, and then engine sheds with the indoor roundhouse. That's all I have planned here. Maybe we add to this and we say city facade. The create item factory, not very specific farms I wanted to do, so what I would do is I would check off these things as I would go through. So I did that for carrot, potato, tomato, beetroot. I don't know why I did beetroot. Okay. See you, Renato. Thanks for hanging out. Where I'm at right now is I already did those tunnels. I can probably remove a couple tunnels since I no longer have to do some of these. One, two. Those are gone. Uh-oh. Did I put that away? I did not put that away. That's good. It does feel like yapping. I don't think I have anything worthwhile to really add to this type of content. Like, I'm not saying anything really interesting. I'm not really adding any... I'm not teaching anything, not sharing any notable knowledge. I don't think, anyway. You may feel differently about that, but I feel like this is all well-documented stuff. Alright, so I flattened this area. Let's go down another 8 blocks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I should. Yes. I think I will. Start over here. Okay, so this is probably correct. We'll just start here. Just let it go. And then we're gonna just completely remove this tunnel. It might be notable, or not notable, but might be worthwhile to take one of these. This is another contraption. Should be full of dirt. Hopefully full of dirt. And then you can just push that along, and it'll take all those away. Now, that's slow. I don't really feel like waiting on it. I think I had originally planned on doing something in this area, but I think we're just gonna let that go. I also think I should have something going in the background, because it is awfully quiet. Uh-oh. So, let's go. It'd be nice to go back. Could you stop that? We'll go back this way. Starting all the way back here. And then I guess everything that doesn't get grabbed from back here, I'll probably just mine out. Not that I'll really need to. I think we're less than 8 blocks away from flat. So the next pass should just flatten everything out. Yeah, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up. That's half of what this guy does. Now, realistically, I could have made it much wider. I do have spare mine carts and glue and drills all somewhere else, so I very well might just take some time and go build a ridiculously large drill. We'll see, though. Depends how I'm feeling. feel like I should have some kind of background noise going on. I very well might stop and find some. Ideally, nothing that's gonna get me copyright claimed if I upload this to YouTube. It's never happened before. I don't think my channel's particularly big, so it never really notices it. Plus, I'm talking over it, so I don't think that it's a really big problem, but it's a possibility. But there we go. Let's go ahead and take a couple more chunks out of this. Unfortunate thing is, with how this is lined up, I need to take it over so many blocks now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's 8. Is that a spider jockey? That's nuts. Okay. Somewhere over this way is where I'm supposed to go. Just so we're clear, I'm not making it in a zombie apocalypse, as this is how I treat it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right about here. That should be... This is free cam, by the way. I'm not cheating. I'm right there. If you want to ask what the flower motif is about, not sure. Just kind of what I stuck with. I thought affected hippo, hippie, and then that just doesn't really feel right. What am I even doing with this? I'm going to end up flattening all this with the machine anyway. Sheep or cow? Sheep. Let's see. How far out did I go? I went out to here. So I guess I'll just tear this end down until I meet up with the mining machine again. Also, mob griefing's off, so even if this guy did explode, he wasn't going to kill me. Mob griefing is off solely so that train tracks don't randomly disappear. Because that is a rather annoying problem. is it does disrupt the entire world. There's that guy again. I feel like I haven't seen my passenger train recently. I have a passenger train that's supposed to run around the world and, well, take people places. At least that's what it would do if I ever saw it. I don't recall the last time I actually saw my passenger train. Well, there is a mod. There is a create railway. There we go. So if I can find this, the Railways Navigator. Real-time data and more. Alright, well, maybe this will do me some good. So I need to get 4 andesite alloy, 5 sheets, 1 copper sheet, precision mechanism, and glass pane. All of which should be back at my starter base, which is about 1,500 blocks that way. So that's nice. That is the downside to having everything sprawled out. Like, if I was playing on a server, this would be ideal, because, like, we could have rail networks connecting to our base, like, connecting our bases, but we'd still, have our own stuff, and it'd be our own homes, own bases, blocks, or hundreds of blocks apart, thousands of blocks apart even. And the trains would be a nice way to get there and around. By the way, have you ever done the math? I'm a nerd, by the way. Have we gotten to this part yet? Huge nerd. Have you guys ever done the math to work out how fast the Flying Scotsman was? Or like 100, yeah, put it that way, 100 miles an hour. Have you ever worked out how fast 100 miles an hour is in, like, Minecraft? To travel the equivalent distance of 100 miles per hour in Minecraft, you have to travel something like 4 million, no, maybe 4 million blocks a second. It's a ridiculous number. I'll tell you that much for free. You'd have to go, you'd have to take basically what, that's for the Create Mod Factory. You'd have to take 100 miles per hour, put that into kilometers per hour, just to make it compatible with Minecraft since these are meters, and then, so that's 160 kilometers an hour, and then you have to multiply that times what, so 1 day in Minecraft is 20 minutes. 24 hours of Minecraft passes 3 times in an hour. So that'd be what? 160 kilometers an hour times, let's say 72 hours per day, just to get the equivalent, speed. Because all my trains, they are set to go at a max speed of 45, what is it, blocks per second. Now this is gonna bug me. That's fine. There should be a train setting. Yes, where is that? Train stats. Let's go back. Powertrain stats. Okay, so powertrains go at a top speed of 45 blocks per second. That, by the way, comes out to right around 100 miles an hour. I did that math previously. I'm not going to explain it again. So where was I at? I know I had a point. Oh yeah, point being, if you multiply 160 kilometers an hour times 72 to get the 72 Minecraft hours per real life hour, just to get an equivalent rate, equivalent speed, comparable speed. You do 72, like I said, 72 times 160. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to do it off the top of my head. I'm going to pull up my phone calculator and I'm going to write on the machine. Somehow I always open the weather app instead of... Okay. So it's 11,520 blocks per second. Blocks per second? 11,520... Oh yeah, 11,120 meters per... or kilometers per hour. But that's not how the game works. So you'd have to multiply that by 1,000 to get to the kilometers per hour. It's that guy again. Multiply it by 1,000 to get to the kilometers per hour. Or the kilometers per hour to meters per hour. So you're actually looking at 1.1 million, well, 1.15 million. But you also have to consider that's a pretty high top speed. To get to that, I didn't do that part. I just made up a number and I think I put the acceleration per train up to like 1,000 blocks a second, like an increase, like a ridiculously high amount. Because otherwise, we're simply never going to see that speed. But that's like the equivalent speed of, I guess, the Flying Scotsman to Minecraft. Like I said, huge nerd. No one else cares enough to figure that part out. And that might not even be correct. Honestly, that's entirely possible as well. I could be way wrong and just making it up. You don't know that. I don't know that. Hate to flex my autism on you guys like that, but... Yep. The force is strong with this one. You know it's an exciting stream when poor soul starts talking about math. I used to do math and like during sports, like I was a swimmer. So, I swam the really long races. So I'd be staring at the bottom of the pool for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes a race. And honestly, you can only go, I gotta go fast, I gotta go fast, I gotta go fast so many times during a race before you get bored. Sonic's mantra does not do me good. So I started doing math, like help the time go by. And it's like, all right, so I've done 4 laps. I've got so many laps left. And I'm this percentage of the way done. I'm this fraction. Not even particularly difficult math. What is that guy? Okay, so it's him again. Where is my other train? I'd love to know where my passenger train is at. This is going to bother me so much, I think I might actually stop digging. Speaking of which, I've been digging for 2 days straight. Mountain's almost gone. Really impressed by that. When I did... Nope. When I did this area over here, I think it took me about an hour and a half to get all this flattened and filled in. And then after that, I went through and I took out all the dirt and I replaced it with coarse dirt. Dirt. If only I worked this hard. What a real job. No, I have a real job. I'm just playing. This is probably my problem. I am just playing a game. I'm getting really into it, as I always do. What do you want? Okay, so I've got... I'm probably going to end up paving over everything with dirt, just to, I don't know, give it that more like a town feel. I don't want to build up on stone. I want it to... I want to use up dirt. That's kind of it. That's really what it comes down to. I want my dirt supply gone. It won't be gone. It's never gonna go that... I'm never gonna use up that much, but wouldn't that be nice? It's my Kobo design. That's a diesel. I guess it's not my Kobo design. It was technically designed by a YouTuber who goes by Bubbycraft. Don't know if you're familiar with that guy. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, if you're interested in create mod trains, good place, good guy to look at, follow for those. He does a lot of those. I mean, he hasn't uploaded a whole lot of them recently because he's been participating in a server. So, I mean, good on him. Congratulations. Made it far enough into the community where he was invited to play on a multiplayer server. That's fantastic. Good for him. I'd be proud of that. Be so excited. Let's see here. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is ignore all of this stuff, and we're just going to dig out a little bit, and just kind of hope that the following disaster does not mess something up. Alright, so, Larry, let me ask you a question in the chat. You have a cat? You have a pet? You have anything you like to talk about? Please, please rant. I'd love to hear about it. Or better yet, give me something you'd like to hear me talk about, and I'll tell you about it. If I have it. This would be the perfect opportunity to roast me, by the way. That just... perfect. Be great for my interactions. Real shame. First of all, how dare you? Knock my train up... not my train. Knock my contraption off its track. I don't know how I managed to use up a stack of arrows. I carry a bow on me, but I don't use it a whole lot, so... not too sure how that filled out. go ahead, come back here. I want that. Take all the ore I can get. It's 2 spider jockeys in the last, like, half hour? I thought those guys were supposed to be a rare thing, rare spawn. Can I just climb this? I can! Alright, sweet. Considering all the effort this machine's putting in, I think I can spare the time. Do this last little bit here. There we go. And then I think I'll have to fill in this train. That's not going to be a huge problem. I might even get into it, get some slabs out, and I'll do it right. Make it look smooth. It really just depends how bored I am. Nerd! By the way, how many infinite lava sources in a world, like man-made infinite lava sources, do you think is too many? I think I'm currently sitting on 5. Think that's enough? 5 also might be a stretch. Yeah, let's go ahead and just send this guy back this way. I'll tell you what, since it's been bugging me so much, and since you guys care about my mental health, let's go ahead and finish up this stretch. Maybe even drop it down one more road, just so it could... Nope. Different diesel. Class 45. I got a comment the other day telling me that my, well, I mean, he didn't tell me my diesels were bad, but I think he kind of implied it, because he's like, well, just so we're clear, there are mods, so you can have more modern train horns and train parts for your diesel locomotives. I didn't thank that guy. I feel like I should have. I just, I got distracted. Saw it, went, oh, that's neat, and then I never double checked on it. Some guy seemed, I don't know if he was inspired or if he was just really excited by what he saw, but was recommending I use like an image mod to add faces to my trains. Not something I'm going to do, honestly. Just doesn't sound as interesting. I like the idea that the trains aren't alive. I understand like the appeal with Thomas, like the trains are alive. That's their thing. But in the way I look at it, the trains aren't alive. It's really more like the personalities of the people driving, the people controlling the train, that is like the personality of the engine. That's how I look. That's how I like to look at it. I don't know if like that's technically a theory or more of like a head canon kind of thing. I don't know. Don't really follow those terms or how people like to use them. It was that guy again. I have some trains set up to go daily from their destination, and some will wait like a couple hours. No one just goes when they're full. I don't want a train to leave willy-nilly. I like to have some kind of control over when and where they're leaving from. So I can tell you on a given day, the only one that doesn't do this, by the way, is the the only one that doesn't follow that rule is the only one that's not around. I don't know where it's at. My passenger, my express train, does not follow this rule, and by coincidentally, I don't know where it's at. Have I mentioned that before? Losing my mind. Oh, I missed that. I'll go up and get it as soon as I start this section. Can I climb that? Can I climb this? Can I? Yes. Can I climb this? That's a no. I'll just use the rockets. Also, no sound. Probably moving around too much. Or too much noise going on in one place. I think the game can only render so many sounds at a time before it kind of stops making sound altogether. Why it does that, I'm not sure why. It's probably to control lag or performance. I, once again, don't know anything, so... Alright, let's come back here and clean up the back end again. Oh, by the way, the 900 fish started with 2,000. That was about 400 days ago. Fish, slightly better food than I was giving them credit for. Another thing I want to do when I get Like this piece right here, it might not be built on or flattened, but I don't want miscellaneous trees. I want to give off the impression that the town board actually cares about the presentation of this place. Which feels, it's so nerdy to say that, but I mean that's how a real world town would work, isn't it? People actually live there who take care of their homes, take care of their town, feel a sense of pride in where they come from, and they now just have diesel locomotives running through. I really wish I had a head count not head count, but like a accurate number on the amount of tracks I've placed. I've checked the statistics. It's less than the distance between my two furthest points, and the two furthest points have 3 times the amount of track placed down on them. So it's not an accurate number, which honestly kind of bugs me. Once I have this area filled in, once I have the train yard and everything that's meant to go in around here, then I will have a nice little place. I can have a coaling plant, and then all my trains will run at maximum efficiency. Now those trains, they will probably, that'll be like the one instance where they just stop to get restacked or restocked, refill on coal, and then from there it'll likely end up being one of those leave when you're full kind of stations. I don't know how else to phrase that. This goes out a lot further than I thought it did. Yes, it does. Okay. Not sure I got white wool and steak, but I wonder if this is starting to fill up. Anyway. So once we reach the end of this, I will flatten the rest of it out by hand, or the rest of this section by hand, and then I'll simply take, oh, I don't know, a dozen, handful of these, and empty the train out. empty the compartment or the storage out. Yeah, that's the word. Not there. Now I'll be over here, and in about 10 seconds, that's going to be too much, and the world's going to tell me that I need to address a problem. See? The world does not like that many stacks of anything in one specific spot. And guess how I run my world? I stack that stuff up all the time. So, by the way, while we're here, see how much dirt I have? 20,000 and 6,000 cobblestone. Let's come over here, pick it up. Put that in there. I don't really need that, but at least it's gone. And then 26,000 so far, and just a little bit of stuff. Can I reach that from down here? No. Oh, and those have to be placed in that order, otherwise I will accidentally place the entire content of the red backpack into... I guess not the entire content, but there's a possibility I place the content of the red backpack into the gray backpack. Gray backpack is for create items, and we are currently up... we're about 47,000 above what we were there, and probably 70,000 there. Let's come over here real quick, and let's find... You guys continue to watch me look off the screen. I'm going to see if I can't find anything to listen to. We're about an hour and a half in. This is about the time when I find something else to watch. Can't upload those. No. Sweet. How's that? Is that too loud? It's entirely possible it's too loud. Alright. Larry, let me know, since you're the one in chat, only one in chat. Let me know how this sounds. I don't want it to be too loud for you, because I am going to upload this, and people will see it. And if there are big complaints on the sound, first of all, I won't be fixing it, so there's that. Second of all, if they're complaining about the sound, I'm gonna let them know it was on you. Consider I'm like 30% sure you're a bot at this point. accidentally mine this thing away. There you go. So restock that a little bit. And then it won't take too long until that mines into some coal. I've been shot. See, really that easy. By the way, the vein miner enchantment, really handy whenever you actually have to... The cat's trying to scratch himself, but he's sitting on my lap, so there's, he's not getting the clearance he's looking for. Oh, by the way, I have a cat. His name's Cashew. He's a nice guy when he wants to be. Could you... Don't prove me wrong now. I think he was raised by dogs at one point, because he's... Never seen a cat act like this. Also never really had a cat, so there's that. Hey, can you stop pressing buttons on my keyboard? That'd be really nice. You see these waypoints? That's him. I actually don't know what key those are bound to. Or what, I guess not what key they're bound to, but what key starts and or creates those. That'll get done. I kind of want this machine to cut down these trees in the middle. Some of them have been there for a couple 100 days. And I want them gone. What's up, Cam? There it comes. I remember building this digging this tunnel felt like it was taking forever. At least, you know, the way I was placing tracks down at that time is really more of a long straight line. I mean, it's still a long straight line, but back then it was alright, you have to dig everywhere the train's gonna go and then place down the tracks, and then you come through with a tunnel bore. And since then, it's kind of been more of a actually, no, the process hasn't changed much at all. I did make a tunnel bore that could place tracks for me. I did not like how jerky it was, but I guess it's just a moment I could learn from. It's a nice amount. Now, generally, I do not like leaving holes underneath the ground, but consider the following. I have mega torches, and nothing will spawn anywhere near them. And I have every intention of using them all throughout this area. I want that one back. I do think I'm going to go ahead and cut these down as well. Come on. I'll probably come through and maybe, hopefully, maybe I'll spend 200 days on this project instead of the 100 days I spent on the other one, which was fairly straightforward. I mean, this one's still pretty cut and dry, copy and paste kind of. Probably going to end up designing a train station in creative, and then I don't want to say I'm going to print it out. That feels kind of cheap, but at the same time, if I did, that'd be pretty easy. Save me a lot of time. I should have more of these going. I really should. Also, don't know where these bees are coming from. What are you doing over here? Why are you on that track? There's actually no reason for you to be moving over to that track. He's supposed to come back over to this closer track to get to his next destination. Now, the way I usually solve that is I'll place down a station like right here and tell the train to pass through the station. And then that's just a visual glitch. It does that kind of frequently now, but I mean, it's always sort of done that. Oh, Boko's going by. Nah, I can do that later. Let's go ahead and throw one coal in each. This one, no. This one, yes. This thing really is not gonna work. Okay, that's fine. Does that sometimes. And the only way to fix it is to break it. Now I could. In fact, now I'm thinking I should because I'm seeing stripes. See, that's what I was hoping for. Oh no. Okay, it's not at the end yet, so that's good. I don't want it reaching the end. Why? Yeah. Don't think I'm gonna do that, Twitch bot. Cross-legged Twig recommends cheap viewers on vbotpro.online at... Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm gonna get any viewers. It's gonna be because I do something interesting. It's not going to be because... Or I guess somebody pities me and raids me. I don't think that's likely, but be neat. Anyway, the importance of this is I won't take easy route. Not in something so... I want to say important, but at the same time, like... It's not... It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Coach! What on earth are you doing over there? There is no feasible way. What? Alright, you go. You do your thing. I'm about to have a serious talk with this guy. What on earth is he doing? Also, I'm out of rockets. I go 50 at a time. Why? Oh no, keep track of it. Yeah, this is my Merchant Navy class, and for some reason, it's too good. There we go. Alright. Can I get in here? Now what is your problem? Where are you going? I see. Okay. Well... deep slate mine's really the next spot, but go there. This is absurd. I can't believe you've been over here for so long. You've been interrupting my my terrain schedules. Now what's going on over here? I'm gonna guess I missed someone, or alternatively, yeah, no, I think there's just someone way down that way, because I don't think there's a lot of signals in this area. So now he should be going out that way. He, she, it, whatever you want to call it. I'll take mostly dirt. But while that's digging that out, let's take this. Ahead and fill in some of this with grass. Maybe it'll spread a little bit faster. Maybe it will spread a little bit faster. Oh, and then if you're wondering what the name of that town was, first of all, can't pronounce it. Second of all, I think that is the guy who created the crate mod. At least that's what it says on CurseForge, I think, because I would have just copy and pasted it from there. So yeah, there's still plenty of dirt, but I should get down here before this guy runs out of stuff to break. And I'm sorry, B. I'm sorry. Would any of you be interested in watching, I don't know, Farming Simulator? I bought the newest Farming Simulator a couple of months ago. I put a couple days worth of playtime into that, but never streamed it. I don't really know how exactly. I was curious if that would be something anyone else would be interested in watching, because I've got a really big field I need to work on. I play with a couple of my, I guess they've left since then, but I play with a couple of my coworkers from the fire station. And maybe that would be a fun activity. You get, I guess, not just to stream, but then I could also probably get them in on it. Let's see here. That's a pretty decent sized area, I'd say. I'm still gonna probably continue expanding out this way to flatten that. And then I also have to do this area up here, probably diagonally down to there. And then facades all around this. And if it ends up extending over to this, first of all, I would be so surprised. but I would also be somewhat impressed. The more I think about it, the less I think you would realistically have a train that would run through the city, unless the train was here first and the city was like built up afterward. And then I also have to do something with that area over there, because this is where I produce, or I shouldn't say produce, but that's where majority of my wood production is. Or it's where the logs are turned into planks, and I guess if I was going to produce on a large scale, anything like stairs, I would do it there. Barrels, all that stuff. But I also get barrels from my other factories, so I don't think I'd produce barrels there, at least not anymore. I think that was originally part of the idea. So it may be time for me to actually put in several mega torches. I think the odds are that I can get this little strip done before the contraption finishes the rest of this. I'm thinking pretty slim at this point. This must be what John Henry felt. No, John Henry won. Ignore that. Alright, one side of the tracks are done. Unfortunately, that's probably the easy part. I have this feeling that I'm going to get a good stretch of this side of the mountain removed, and then I'm going to discover that it's actually, like, it's continuous all the way around, pretty high, not high, pretty high. And then, in turn, this is going to be the most annoying project. No, it's actually looking pretty reasonable, I think. Let's go over here, and let's just tunnel. Also, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop streaming at about 3 hours. I feel like that's going to be a pretty reasonable stopping time. Not in 3 hours, at 3 hours. It's about another half hour. Okay, probably far enough back this way. Let's go this way again. Just make sure we come out at a cliff and not somewhere way out there. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's not so bad. That could be, though. No, that's actually not terrible at all. I think we'll just make it work. How close am I to the edge of it? Oh, that's actually not bad. If I get close enough to the edge of the chunk. So I know this miner is exactly a chunk wide, so if I'm just one block over, then I can just go... In fact, I might even just do it here. And then everything that it misses, yeah, it's just low enough for me to reach from down here. So maybe I do this now. It also gives me a purpose, and then I can switch to the fortune pickaxe and produce more cobblestone. Maybe I should take the machine out this way. I have a strong feeling I'm gonna end up regretting this decision.